Welcome, coin hunters and treasure seekers. Today's video is your gateway to jaw-dropping discoveries in American coinage history. We're diving deep into the top 6 most valuable and ultra-rare 5-cent nickels, quarter dollars, and Susan B. Anthony $1 coins hiding in plain sight. These coins aren't just pocket change. They're worth hundreds, even thousands of dollars in today's red-hot collector market. From the elusive United States of America full steps Jefferson nickel to rare quarters with minting errors, and the shockingly valuable Susan B. Anthony dollars. This list could change the way you look at your spare change forever. Let's get started. First up in the 1981 P. Jefferson nickel featuring Thomas Jefferson and the iconic Monticello building holds a distinct position in the realm of American numismatics, particularly for enthusiasts who specialize in 20th century U.S. coinage. While it is not a bicentennial coin in the official sense, since the U.S. bicentennial was commemorated in 1976, it is considered ultra-rare and highly collectible due to certain unique conditions and production factors surrounding this specific date and mint mark. Minted in Philadelphia and bearing the PE mint mark for only the second year in history, first introduced in 1980 for nickels, the 1981 P. Jefferson nickel is increasingly becoming a key date for collectors focusing on full steps varieties, condition rarity, and transitional errors. Its high desirability and limited availability in top grades make it a hidden gem for numismatists seeking undervalued treasures. Historically, the 1981 P. Jefferson nickel comes from an era of transitional change in U.S. coinage. The early 1980s were marked by the onset of modernized minting technologies, improved die design, and a push toward higher speed production. This resulted in fewer coins showing full, crisp detail, especially on the reverse Monticello steps. Although the Jefferson nickel series began in 1938, the early 80s coins, including the 1981 P, represent a significant turning point where high-grade strikes became rarer due to overused dies and heavy circulation expectations. The 1981 P also precedes the major design overhaul of the Westward Journey nickel series, 2004 to 2006, adding historical weight to its role as one of the final coins in the classic Jefferson design lineage. The design itself, created by German-American sculptor Felix Schlag, is iconic. The obverse showcases a left-facing portrait of President Thomas Jefferson, with the inscriptions, "In God We Trust, Liberty," and the date, 1981, beside his profile. The reverse displays the stately Monticello, Jefferson's Virginia estate, along with the denomination 5 cents and the motto, E pluribus unum. What sets the 1981 P. Jefferson nickel apart in numismatic circles is the clarity of these details, particularly the steps of Monticello. Coins with clearly visible full steps, usually defined as 5 or 6 full steps without interruption, are considerably rare and command premium values. Its composition of 75% copper and 25% nickel, weighing 5 grams and measuring 21.2 millimeters, aligns with the standard for nickels of the era. The rarity of the 1981 P. Jefferson nickel stems from several interwoven factors. First, while over 682 million were struck at the Philadelphia Mint, very few examples have survived in truly pristine, uncirculated condition with full steps designation. This is primarily due to weak strikes and worn dies at the time, which resulted in muddled details on the reverse. In the world of Jefferson nickels, the scarcity of full step specimens determines much of the coin's appeal and market value. Additionally, some collectors have reported minor die varieties and strike anomalies in the 1981 P issue, though none have reached the notoriety of doubled dies or dramatic errors. Yet these subtleties still add to its numismatic intrigue. From a market value perspective, the 1981 P. Jefferson nickel can be deceptively valuable, especially when graded by top-end conclusion. The 1981 P. Jefferson nickel is more than just a 5-cent coin. It is a captivating artifact from a transformative era in U.S. coinage history. With its iconic design, condition rarity, and rising market demand, it serves as both a historical reminder and a contemporary collectible. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or a budding enthusiast, this coin deserves a close look, not just for its monetary value, but for the rich narrative it carries through its metal, strike, and journey across time. The allure of the 1981 P. Jefferson nickel lies in its balance between subtlety and significance. It doesn't dazzle with commemorative flair or flashy errors, but rather draws collectors in with its story of overlooked rarity and the quiet triumph of quality over quantity. It is a coin that rewards patience, sharp eyes, and a deep appreciation for the craft of minting, making it one of the most exciting Jefferson nickels of the modern era. Next up in the 1990 D. Jefferson nickel, struck at the Denver Mint, may not seem like a standout at first glance. However, within the expansive Jefferson nickel series, this particular issue has quietly gained attention among collectors, especially when found in ultra-high grades or with rare die varieties and errors. It represents a transitional era in American coinage where the familiar Monticello reverse continued to dominate before modern redesigns. What makes the 1990 D truly special is the emergence of a few high-grade examples and extremely rare errors that command premium prices on the market today. Its increasing scarcity in pristine condition makes it a prized acquisition for serious numismatists, particularly those completing full Jefferson nickel date and mint mark sets. Minted in 1990, this Jefferson nickel came into circulation during a significant period in global history. The Cold War was ending, the Berlin Wall had recently fallen, and the U.S. was entering a new economic phase under President George H.W. Bush. The Jefferson nickel itself had already been in production for over 5 decades, originally introduced in 1938 to replace the Buffalo nickel. Designed by Felix Schlag, the series maintained consistency in design for decades, and by 1990, it had become a staple in American coinage. The D mint mark signifies the Denver Mint, which produced millions of these nickels, but not all were created equal, especially when striking errors and high preservation grades come into playing. The 1990 D. Jefferson nickel features the timeless design by Felix Schlag. On the obverse, Thomas Jefferson faces left, based on a bust by Jean-Antoine Houdon. The reverse showcases Jefferson's Virginia home, Monticello, with classical architectural detail. Composed of a copper-nickel alloy, 75% copper and 25% nickel. The coin weighs 5.00 grams and measures 21.2 millimeters in diameter. While visually similar to earlier issues, collectors note that 1990 D nickels with sharp strikes and clean fields are difficult to find. Strike quality in this year from the Denver Mint varied, and full steps on Monticello, a key grading element, are notably rare, elevating such specimens to the upper echelon of desirability, despite a massive mintage of over 500 million coins. The 1990 D nickel becomes valuable when graded mint state, MS 65 or higher, particularly when it exhibits full steps, FS, on the reverse. Full steps refer to uninterrupted lines on Monticello's steps, a standard used by grading services to denote exceptional strike quality. Coins with 5 or 6 complete steps are quite rare for 1990 D, especially from original rolls or bags. In addition, the market has identified a few rare die errors for this year, including double dies and off-center strikes, which can skyrocket a coin's value depending on visibility and condition. Combined, these traits contribute heavily to its numismatic rarity as of 2025. A typical 1990 D. Jefferson nickel in circulated condition is only worth face value or slightly more. However, uncirculated coins graded MS65 can fetch between $10 and $25, while MS66 full steps examples can command between $100 and $250. The real standout comes with MS67 full steps grades, where prices soar to $1,000 or more, depending on the strike, luster, and eye appeal. Coins with rare errors, such as strong double dies or misaligned planchets, can exceed $500 to $2,000 at auction, with demand driven by both rarity and the challenge of cherry-picking such coins from raw lots. PCGS and NGC certified examples sell faster and at higher premiums, especially when populations in those grades remain low. For collectors aiming to acquire a valuable 1990 D. Jefferson nickel, focus on 3 key areas: strike quality, surface preservation, and certification. A strong strike, particularly one with clearly defined full steps on Monticello, is essential for top-tier value. Use a 5x or 10x loop to examine the reverse steps closely. Additionally, avoid coins with nicks, contact marks, or hazing, as these significantly reduce grading potential. Seek coins certified by reputable grading services like PCGS or NGC, especially those labeled with FS designation. Bulk roll hunting or cherry-picking at shows and estate sales may still yield ungraded gems. Store them in airtight. The 1990 Jefferson nickel may appear unassuming, but in the world of numismatics, it is a modern-day sleeper with serious investment and collecting appeal. Whether it's the hunt for full steps, the thrill of discovering a rare mint error, or the prestige of a high-grade registry coin, this issue offers something for every collector. Its affordable entry point in lower grades contrasts sharply with the elite status and pricing of top specimens, making it a coin with both broad accessibility and elite potential. As collector interest in Jefferson nickels grows and high-grade populations remain low, the 1990 D stands as a smart addition to any serious U.S. coin collection. Next up in the 1995 P. Washington quarter is not your average 25-cent piece. Despite being a modern coin and struck in the hundreds of millions, a very limited number of these coins were produced with extremely rare minting errors or in high-grade conditions that make them unbelievably valuable. Some examples, even in worn or dirty condition, have sold for jaw-dropping prices. Yes, we're talking thousands and even hundreds of thousands of dollars, depending on the error type or grading rarity. That's why collectors today are racing to find these hidden gems before they disappear from circulation entirely. What makes this quarter so special? Well, it's not just the fact that it was minted in 1995. It's the possibility of rare variations like the double die obverse, where the lettering appears doubled, or quarters struck on planchets meant for other denominations like nickels or foreign coins. Some error coins have off-center strikes or clipped planchets that make them ultra-rare. These are the anomalies that turn common coins into million-dollar marvels. Even if it's dirty or looks worn out, don't make the mistake of tossing it aside. It could be one of the few that the world's top collectors are willing to pay a fortune for. And here's the real kicker. Some of these coins have slipped into the pockets of everyday people. They've been handed out as change at gas stations, forgotten in old coffee cans, and tucked away by grandparents who had no idea of their hidden value. In one documented case, a 1995 P quarter with a significant minting error sold for over $5,000, and that was just for a lightly circulated one. Imagine what a truly rare error in the wild could be worth. That quarter you're holding? It might be your ticket to unimaginable wealth. Yes, you heard right. It's not just a piece of metal. It could change your life. So if you've ever passed over your loose change without a second thought, now is the time to start looking. Take a moment. Go check that old drawer, dig into your childhood coin collection, shake out those piggy banks you've long forgotten. Because among those forgotten coins might be your silver dollar moment. A simple, dirty Washington quarter that could be worth tens of thousands, if not millions. These coins are not just history, they're hidden treasure. And they're sitting quietly, waiting for someone like you to discover them. Collectors and investors from around the world are already onto this. Coin dealers, auction houses, and private collectors are hunting down the rarest examples, paying top dollar to add them to their vaults. The market is booming, and with each passing year, these rare 1995 P quarters are becoming even more elusive. That means the value is only going up. So if you've got one, don't spend it. Don't clean it. Don't ignore it. Get it checked, get it graded, and protect it like the fortune it truly is. Now here's a little numismatic truth bomb. The reason these coins are commanding such incredible prices isn't just because of rarity. It's also about demand and storytelling. These coins carry history, mystery, and money. A 1995 P quarter with a unique flaw tells a story and stories. So, add to that a passionate community of collectors, investors, and historians willing to pay any price to own the rarest piece, and you've got the perfect storm for skyrocketing values. These aren't just quarters, they're conversation pieces, artifacts of American minting and golden opportunities. And here's the exciting part. Many of these valuable 1995 P quarters were released into regular circulation. That means they weren't set aside in special mint sets or collector folders. They were mixed right in with everyday pocket change. Some have already been found in old vending machines, toll booths, and bus fare boxes. So while most people sell, if you've got a 1995 quarter with the Philadelphia P mint mark, especially one that looks a little odd, maybe the lettering seems off, the strike looks slightly misaligned, or even if it's just unusually thick or thin, don't dismiss it. Have it checked by a certified grading company or local coin expert. Because once confirmed, you might be staring at a coin that can sell for thousands or even more on the open market. It's not just spare change anymore. It's potentially a retirement plan in disguise, a tiny metal disc worth its weight in gold. So go ahead, turn that dusty pile of coins into your very own million-dollar miracle. So next time you see a grimy quarter from 1995, especially with that tiny P mint mark above the date, pause before you pass it on. That dirt-covered coin could be your golden goose. It could be worth more than your car, your house, maybe even your entire bank account. Yes, coins like this are out there, and they're changing people's fortunes overnight. This is your chance to turn pocket change into a life-changing discovery. So stay curious, stay searching, and who knows? You might be holding the key to unimaginable wealth. Next up in the seemingly ordinary 1979 D Washington $quarter coin. Yes, the one with the Denver mint mark might be hiding a fortune you never imagined. This isn't just a piece of old pocket change. It's a silent treasure, a hidden gem disguised by time, dirt, and age. In the numismatic world, certain error coins or rare varieties are worth big money, and this one has caught the attention of serious collectors and treasure hunters alike. You see, the 1979 D Washington quarter is not just another quarter. While most people see it as a mere 25 cents, those who know the secrets of coin collecting recognize that some examples of this coin have fetched thousands, and in rare cases, tens of thousands of dollars on the open market. It's rumored that an unusual die error, along with striking anomalies and rare conditions, make this coin a true beast in disguise. A dirty or worn surface might just be hiding doubled dies, off-center strikes, or even planchet errors that skyrocket its value into the realm of the extraordinary. Now imagine this. You're digging through your old piggy bank, or maybe sorting through a dusty box of coins passed down by a relative, and you come across a worn 1979 D Washington quarter. At first glance, you think nothing of it. But that same coin, if it has one of these ultra-rare errors or is part of a limited strike batch, could potentially be worth thousands or even $1 million. There are collectors out there right now who would pay insane amounts just to get their hands on the right specimen. These coins are like golden lottery tickets, only dirtier and much easier to overlook. Let's talk about the market. Today's collectors are obsessed with authenticity, history, and rarity. And when all three combine in a single coin, it becomes a financial rocket. The dirty 1979 D Washington quarter is a perfect candidate. Some of these coins have been found with partial silver content due to minting mix-ups, or struck on planchets intended for other denominations, making them some of the most desirable pieces among U.S. coin enthusiasts. One verified error coin was reported to have sold for over $35,000 due to its unique features and pristine preservation of an error even under grime and age. What makes these coins even more desirable is their association with America's history and legacy. The Washington Quarter series itself is iconic, and anything rare or unusual within that line becomes a collector's dream. Some experts claim that there are still dozens, if not hundreds, of rare 1979 D quarters circulating in everyday change, waiting to be discovered. So next time you hold one in your hand, take a closer look. Even a dirty coin with scratches and dull shine could turn out to be a rare collectible worth more than a brand new luxury CARTS. Oh, why are people paying so much for these coins? It's the thrill of rarity, the desire to own a piece of American minting history, and the high stakes of numismatic investments. In dirty condition, these coins may even look insignificant, but under magnification, details emerge that tell stories of mint errors, transitional designs, or even experimental strikes. Coins with doubling, repunched mint marks, or misaligned dies have gone on to set auction records. If your 1979 D quarter has one of these traits, you could be sitting on a hidden treasure chest. Now, let's be honest, most 1979 D quarters won't make you a billionaire. But one in the right condition, with the right kind of error or minting anomaly, absolutely can. And that's what makes this coin so fascinating. It's a reminder that unimaginable wealth might be hiding in plain sight. Don't underestimate what might be sitting in the bottom of your junk drawer. Check that old pile of change in your car, those forgotten stashes in kitchen cabinets, because you might be holding a silver dollar-sized miracle in the palm of your hand. So, what are you waiting for? Don't dismiss those old, grimy coins lying around. They could be worth far more than their face value. The 1979 D Washington quarter might look like just another coin, especially in dirty or worn condition, but its true value could shock you. Whether it's a rare mint error, a silver planchet slip-up, or a once-in-a-generation collector's piece, this coin has the power to flip your financial story on its head. Dive into your coin jars, your drawers, and your childhood collections, because you never know when that dusty little quarter could turn out to be a millionaire's miracle. And so, before you spend that old quarter on a gumball or drop it in a vending machine, take a moment. Look again. That dirty 1979 D Washington quarter might just be your golden ticket, your life-changing discovery, your secret key to financial freedom. In a world full of surprises, sometimes the smallest things hold the biggest value. Hold on to your coins, get them checked, and never let go of the dream, because one rare quarter can truly change your fortune overnight. Next up in the most valuable and expensive 1979 P. Susan B. Anthony dollar in very dirty condition. A hidden gem worth a fortune among the most captivating and historically rich coins ever minted in the United States stands the 1979 P. Susan B. Anthony dollar, a coin that has evolved from overlooked change to a prized treasure in the eyes of collectors. While many coins enter circulation without much fanfare, this dollar holds a fascinating place in American numismatics. Its story, its rarity, and its market allure make it more than just a piece of metal. It's a key to untapped value. Even when found in very dirty or heavily circulated condition, select varieties of the 1979 P have stunned the collector community with their elevated worth and unexpected market demand. It's not just a dollar. It's a historical artifact that has the potential to transform your collection. The Susan B. Anthony dollar was introduced in 1979 to honor one of America's most influential women's rights pioneers, marking the first time a real woman, not a symbolic figure, was portrayed on U.S. currency. Minted during a time of political and social change, the coin reflects both the feminist movements of the era and the nation's gradual embrace of gender equality. The Philadelphia Mint struck millions of these coins, but within that massive production run lies a rare and valuable subpopulation. Tied to both the women's rights movement and a transitional era in coinage, the 1979 P. Susan B. Anthony dollar is a tangible connection to a pivotal moment in U.S. history, where politics, design, and currency intersected. Aesthetically, the coin is immediately recognizable and unique. On the obverse is the bold portrait of Susan B. Anthony, facing right, encircled by stars and the motto, "In God We Trust." The reverse displays the majestic eagle landing on the moon, a nod to the Eisenhower dollar that preceded it, and a tribute to the Apollo 11 mission. The coin's composition includes copper-nickel-clad layers over a pure copper core, measuring 26.5 millimeters in diameter and weighing 8.1 grams. The Philadelphia Mint mark P is located just above Anthony's shoulder, and this version includes both narrow rim, far date, and the scarcer wide rim, near date, varieties. The wide rim version, in particular, is what transforms an ordinary 1979 P dollar into a sought-after rarity. What makes the 1979 P. Susan B. Anthony dollar truly stand out, especially to seasoned numismatists, is the elusive wide rim / near date variety, which is far less common and often misidentified. This rarity, even in heavily circulated or dirty condition, can carry significant collector appeal if the variety is confirmed. While the overall mintage from Philadelphia was high, over 360 million, only a fraction of those bear the wide rim. Moreover, The coin's flat edges and similarity in size to a quarter led to widespread confusion and rejection by the public, resulting in many being pulled from circulation and stored away, preserving their mystery. Pristine versions may be hard to find, but those with unique characteristics, even if grimy, are hot commodities. In terms of market value, the 1979 P. Susan B. Anthony dollar with the wide rim / near-date variety in uncirculated or near-mint condition has fetched anywhere from $1,000 to over $3,500, especially when graded by top-tier certification services like PCGS or NGC. Even dirty or circulated versions, when verified as wide rim, can still command between $100 to $300, depending on the degree of wear and clarity of the rim spacing. The demand is fueled by the coin's commemorative nature, historic significance, and the ongoing hunt for hidden varieties, making it a sleeper hit among savvy investors and collectors alike. For collectors seeking to add this gem to their collection, a few tips can make the difference between ordinary and extraordinary. First, study the rim spacing carefully. Use a magnifier and compare with known examples of both the narrow and wide rim types. Purchase only from reputable dealers or auctions, and prioritize graded coins whenever possible. If you suspect you've found a wide rim in your collection, consider professional grading to unlock its true market potential. Store these coins in non-PVC holders or airtight capsules, especially if they're already in less than pristine condition, to prevent further degradation. Engaging with online coin forums and communities can a 1979 P. Susan B. Anthony dollar, especially with the wide rim / near-date variety, stands tall as one of the most fascinating and valuable coins of its generation. Even in very dirty condition, it retains incredible potential for discovery and investment. It's a coin that inspires curiosity, passion, and respect among numismatists, not only for what it is, but for what it symbolizes. If you're fortunate enough to come across one, look closely. You may be holding not just a dollar, but a hidden treasure that adds both value and meaning to your collection. Next up in the 1980 Susan B. Anthony dollar with the Philadelphia P. mint mark stands as a fascinating and highly sought-after piece in the world of numismatics. Although not as immediately iconic as earlier US dollar coins, this specific coin has emerged as a prized treasure for collectors who recognize its historical depth, unique design, and growing value. Often dismissed in everyday circulation, especially in dirty or worn condition, the 1980 P. Susan B. Anthony dollar has captivated enthusiasts who appreciate the stories it tells and the legacy it upholds. From historical relevance to artistic uniqueness, this coin embodies the perfect blend of America's past and numismatic intrigue, a coin that commands attention and rewards those who understand its importance in today's market. Minted in 1980 at the Philadelphia Mint, this dollar was part of the broader Susan B. Anthony series introduced just a year earlier in 1979. The series marked a bold and historic move by the U.S. Mint to feature a real American woman, suffragist and civil rights leader Susan B. Anthony, on circulating coinage for the first time. Although the series only spanned from 1979 to 1981, with a surprise return in 1999, it remains a critical part of American coinage history. The 1980 P issue was struck during a time of national transition, reflecting growing calls for equality and recognition of women in public life. While it doesn't directly commemorate the bicentennial, the spirit of progress and commemoration that fueled America's 200th birthday celebration still echoes in its creation and purpose, lending it historical weight and emotional resonance design-wise. The 1980 P. Susan B. Anthony dollar is distinctive and bold, featuring a powerful obverse portrait of Susan B. Anthony herself, sharp, angular, and determined, her gaze fixed toward the future. Designed by Frank Gasparo, the coin features 13 stars, the word liberty, and the motto, "In God We Trust." On the reverse, an adaptation of the Apollo 11 mission insignia, an eagle landing on the moon clutching an olive branch, reminds us of American achievement and aspiration. The coin is composed of a copper-nickel-clad material, weighs 8.1 grams, and measures 26.5 millimeters in diameter, nearly identical in size to a quarter, which has often led to confusion in circulation. However, for collectors, its cleanly defined edges, unique 11-sided inner border, and subtle P mint mark make it stand out as a piece of genuine artistry. What truly elevates the 1980 P. Susan B. Anthony dollar is its rarity in top condition, and the presence of certain varieties, such as die breaks or subtle doubling errors. While over 27 million were minted in Philadelphia that year, most were heavily circulated, and coins in uncirculated or near-mint condition have become increasingly scarce. Dirty or worn examples might appear unassuming, but a sharp-eyed collector knows to look for underlying luster, strike quality, and even the potential for die clashes or misalignments that dramatically increase value. The challenge of locating a coin from this year and mint in pristine or even lightly circulated condition only adds to its numismatic appeal. From a market value standpoint, the 1980 P. Susan B. Anthony dollar in excellent condition, particularly in MS 67 or higher, has seen significant appreciation in recent years. Coins certified by PCGS or NGC with such grades can command anywhere between $1,000 to $3,500, especially if they show full strike detail and lack the common contact marks. Rare error varieties or exceptionally clean examples have fetched upwards of $6,000 to $8,000 in private sales and online auctions. Even lightly circulated coins in 58 Australian dollars condition may fetch a modest premium over face value when identified as part of this important mintage. Its historic role, low surviving high-grade population, and rising collector interest all contribute to its steadily increasing value in the market. For collectors eager to acquire or preserve the 1980 P. Susan B. Anthony dollar, a few practical tips go a long way. Focus on certified coins from reputable grading services like PCGS or NGC, as this ensures both authenticity and condition. Be vigilant for striking anomalies, minor errors, or die varieties, and take the time to compare examples. Under proper magnification, always store coins in acid-free holders, capsules, or slabs to prevent additional wear, and handle only with clean cotton gloves. Joining collector forums, attending so. If you happen to stumble upon a 1980 Susan B. Anthony dollar with a P. mint mark, especially one that's been forgotten in a drawer or handed over in change, take a moment. Examine it carefully, clean it gently if necessary, without harming the surface, and consider having it professionally appraised. What might appear to be a dirty old dollar could, in fact, be a hidden gem, a silent relic of the past with the power to surprise, delight, and redefine the value of everyday change.